Picture this, my curious friend. In the United States, a wooden house can be built in just a few months. Now compare that to Brazil. Houses built brick by brick, sometimes taking 1, 2, or even more years to finish. But why does this difference exist? Why does wood dominate in the US, while brick and concrete reign supreme in Brazil? Is one option truly better than the other? Today, we're diving deep into every detail, from history to culture, climate to economy, technology to sustainability, to understand why each country chose its path, the history behind the choice. The story of construction in the United States begins with the first European settlers in the 17th century. They arrived in a land covered by vast forests, filled with high-quality timber, pines, oaks, cedars, and firs. Wood was abundant, cheap, and easy to work with. Building with it meant houses could be raised quickly, essential in a young nation with small, scattered communities. In early settlements, logs were cut, simply treated, and stacked. Homes could be built in just weeks, giving families quick shelter. If a fire, attack, or natural disaster struck, rebuilding was relatively easy. Even today, you can find entire neighborhoods in the US with prefabricated wooden houses that are decades old, some lasting more than 50 years. In Brazil, the story was different. Despite an abundance of native wood, the hot, humid climate encouraged termites, fungi, and rapid decay. Portuguese colonizers brought masonry techniques, using bricks, stone, and lime. Many historic Brazilian towns still preserve centuries-old brick houses, proving how durable the material is. So the choice of material wasn't just technical, but strategic. In the US, wood meant practicality and speed. In Brazil, brick symbolized durability and resistance to the elements. Speed of construction. In the United States, construction speed is impressive. A standard wooden home takes about 7 months to finish, but modular houses, prefabricated in factories, can be completed in 90 days or less. Each module is precision-built, transported to the site, and assembled like a giant puzzle. The result? Fast, efficient, and with minimal waste. The wooden frame also makes remodeling easier. Adding an attic, expanding a room, or updating the facade can be done with relatively little structural impact, something highly valued in America's culture of mobility. In Brazil, it's another story. Masonry homes can take 1 to 2 years to finish, depending on the family's finances and the availability of labor. They're built step by step, often by small teams, and later modifications are much slower and more expensive. This contrast highlights two approaches. In the US, construction is almost industrial, efficient, and flexible. In Brazil, it's more artisanal, focused on durability and stability, and economy. Building with wood in the US is generally cheaper. Timber is abundant, labor is specialized, and the process is standardized. According to the National Association of Home Builders, the average price of a new home in the US is about $400,000. But most of that cost comes from the land and location, not the structure itself. In Brazil, masonry construction drives prices higher. Bricks, cement, steel, and concrete are more expensive, and labor-intensive work raises the final bill. On average, masonry homes can cost 30% to 50% more per square meter than wooden homes in the US. Maintenance is also different. In the US, wood requires regular care, but it's relatively affordable and part of the routine. In Brazil, renovations and upkeep on brick structures can be slower and more costly. Beyond money, there's psychology. In Brazil, a brick house symbolizes solidity, security, and family heritage. In the US, homes are seen more like consumer goods, flexible, adaptable, and often temporary. Climate and natural disasters. Climate plays a decisive role. In Brazil, high humidity and termites make wood vulnerable. Meanwhile, in the US, even in regions prone to hurricanes and tornadoes, wood remains popular. Masonry can also be damaged in disasters, but lightweight wooden structures are cheaper and quicker to rebuild. Coastal US cities enforce strict building codes, ensuring wood is treated against fire, humidity, and strong winds. In tornado-prone areas, Houses are designed to absorb impact and minimize structural collapse. In Brazil, without frequent natural disasters, masonry is seen as the safest, most durable option. Modern techniques also address drainage and moisture, further adapting construction to the tropical climate. And hey, my curious friend, if you're enjoying today's topic, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It's free, fast, and helps me keep digging up these fascinating stories for you. Culture and perception of value. In Brazil, there's an old saying, when you get married, you want a house. And for most people, that house has to be brick, a symbol of stability, wealth, and family legacy. Wooden houses are often seen as temporary or simple, even if modern and well-built. In the US, perception is different. Many people move frequently, sometimes several times in a decade. A home isn't always a lifelong investment, but something flexible, part of life's transitions. Aesthetics also play a role. Wooden homes can take on many styles: colonial, craftsman, rustic, modern, adaptable, and cozy. In Brazil, brick homes stand solid, imposing, and permanent. This cultural divide shapes the meaning of home. In the US, wood means comfort and practicality. In Brazil, brick means legacy and permanence. In the end, the difference between US wooden homes and Brazilian brick homes isn't about which is better. It's about context. In the United States, speed, cost, and mobility shaped the choice. In Brazil, durability, tradition, and climate built a culture of brick. So here's the question. If you could choose, my curious friend, would you live in a fast, practical wooden home or a solid, enduring brick one? Let me know in the comments, drop a like, and subscribe to Curious Countries. We've got plenty more global curiosities coming your way.